Welcome all in another video. In this video we are going to discuss part 3rd of Indian Constitution. We will know our fundamental rights given under Article 12 to 35. We have been discussed part 1st and part 2nd in earlier videos. If you did not watch the earlier videos, I suggest you please watch them first. Part 3rd of the Constitution contains Charter of Human Rights. These fundamental rights cover all civil and political rights given in Articles 2 to 21 of the Universal Declaration of the Human Rights. Fundamental rights represent the basic values cherished by the people, and these protect the dignity of the individual and create conditions in which every human being can develop his personality. The Constitution offers all citizens some basic freedoms. The fundamental rights are guaranteed in the form of 6 broad categories, which are justiciable. First, the right to equality, including equality before law and the equal protection of laws, given in Article 14. Prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, gender, or place of birth, given in Article 15. Equality of opportunity in matters of public employment, given in Article 16, and abolition of untouchability and the system of titles, given in Article 17-18. Second, the right to freedom, including the right to protection of life and personal liberty, given in Article 21, and the right to freedom of speech and expression, assembly, association, or union, movement, and to reside and settle in any part of India, and the right to practice any profession or occupation, given in Article 19. Third, the right against exploitation, prohibiting all forms of forced labor, child labor, and traffic in human beings, given in Articles 23-24. Fourth, the right to freedom of conscience and free profession, practice, and propagation of religion, given in Article 25 to 28. Fifth, the right of minorities to conserve their culture, language, and script, and to establish and administer educational institutions of their choice, given in Articles 29 and 30. Sixth, the right to constitutional remedies for the enforcement of all these fundamental rights, given in Article 32. Presently, these 6 fundamental rights are provided to the citizen in the Constitution, but originally there were 7 fundamental rights in the Constitution. Right to property was given in Article 19(1)(f) and Article 31, which were deleted by the 44th Constitution Amendment Act 1978. The fundamental rights given to the individual are not absolute in nature and can be restricted or limited by the state in the interest of public order and the unity and integrity of the nation. Let us know all fundamental rights one by one in details under Article 12 to 35. Article 12, Definition of State. In this part, the state includes the government and parliament of India and the government and the legislature of each of the states and all local or other authorities within the territory of India. Municipalities, district boards, panchayats, improvement trust, etc. are the local authorities. Other authorities include many authorities created by the Constitution on whom powers were conferred by law For example, the LIC, the ONGC, the DTC, Finance Commission, etc. are also state under Article 12. Article 13. Laws inconsistent with or in derogation of the fundamental rights. According to Article 13(1), all laws and executive orders in force immediately before the commencement of the Constitution inconsistent with the fundamental rights to be ultra vires and void. Article 13(2) says the state shall not make any law which takes away the rights. Thus, Article 13 provides a window for judicial review of all legislation in India. Article 13(3)(a) says in this article, law includes any ordinance, order by law, rule, regulation, notification, custom, or usage having in the territory of India the force of law. Laws in force includes laws passed or made by a legislature. Clause 4 of Article 30 makes it clear that the term law in that article does not cover amendment made under Article 368. Right to equality. Right to equality contains Articles 14 to 18. Article 14. Equality before law or equal protection of the laws. Article 14 says that the state shall not deny to any person equality before the law or the equal protection of the laws within the territory of India. The two expressions equality before the law and equal protection of the laws used in our Constitution embody the concept of the rule of law and of equal justice, that is, there is absolute supremacy of law and no one is above law. Laws should be applied to all in the same condition. Equality is a dynamic concept with many aspects and dimensions, and it cannot be confined within traditional limits. Article 14 gives or provides a vital principle which lies at the core of our republicanism and shines a light towards the goal of classless, egalitarian, socio-economic society or order. Article 15. Prohibition of discrimination on grounds only of religion, race, caste, gender, or place of birth. Article 15 is available only to citizens and says that the state shall not discriminate against any citizen on grounds only of religion, race, caste, gender, place of birth, or any of them. No citizen shall on our grounds be restricted to go to shops, restaurants, hotels, and place of public entertainment, or the use of wells, tanks, bathing ghats, roads, and place of public resort maintained by the state or country. But clause 3, 4, 5 of Article 15 provides some exception. According to these clause, state can make special provisions for women and children, socially and educationally backward classes, or for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. By the 103rd Constitution Amendment Act 2006 was added to the Article 15. According to this clause, the state can make special provisions for the advancement of any economically weaker section of citizen. Therefore, 10% reservation provided to the EWS other than ST or SC by the 103rd Amendment Act. On 10th April 2008, the Supreme Court provided 27% reservation for OBC in government jobs and admission to educational institutions. This judgment was delivered in Ashok Thakur versus Union of Indian case. Article 16, Equality of Opportunity in Matters of Public Employment. The basic principle in Article 16 is that of equality of opportunity and non-discrimination in public employment. Under Clause 1 and 2 of Article 16, of all citizens of India are guaranteed equality of opportunity in employment, and no citizen can be discriminated any employment on the grounds only of race, religion, caste, gender, descent, place of birth, or residence. But under Clause 3, Parliament has been empowered to give permission to a state or UT for making some special provisions for backward classes. Clause 4 of Article 16 empowers the state to make special provisions for the reservation in favor of any backward class of citizens which are less represented in the services. In the Mandal case judgment, the Supreme Court decided on 16th November 1992 that 27% reservation of posts for the socially and educationally backward classes were in order for the upliftment of less represented group of citizens. The Supreme Court also had said that the total reserved quota should not exceed 50% except in some extraordinary situation. By the 103rd Constitution Amendment Act 2019, a new Clause 6 was added to the Article 16 which provide 10% reservation to EWS category. According to new Article 16(6), the state can make any provision for the reservation in favor of any economically weaker section EWS of citizens. Article 17, Abolition of Untouchability. Article 17 abolishes untouchability and restricts its practice in any form. Practicing untouchability is a punishable offense in accordance with law. The aim of this article is to end the inhuman practice of treating human beings as dirty and untouchable due to their birth in certain castes. It is the duty of every citizen to ensure that untouchability is not practiced in any form. For punishment of offenders, Indian Parliament made the Untouchability Offences Act 1955. This act later modified as the Protection of Civil Rights Act 1976. Article 18, Abolition of Titles. Article 18 says that the state or country cannot confer or give title on anybody, whether an Indian or a foreigner, but an exception has been made in the case of military and academic areas. A foreigner holding any office of profit under the state or in India cannot accept any title from a foreign country without permission of the President. No person shall accept any present employment or office from any foreign country without consent or permission of the President. But the Supreme Court has said that the civilian award like the Bharat Ratna, Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri given by the President on Republic Day are not titles under Article 18.